Hi, we're the Oldham family.
And this is our story. My pregnancy started off pretty normal. Got to about 25 weeks or so, and lady doing my ultrasound was concerned about the fluid in my stomach. Called me back later that night when we were at home and said, you need to set up an appointment in Rochester. We want a second opinion. We didn't think anything of it. Got there, and the lady doing my ultrasound there was like, I'm gonna go get the doctor. And I was like, okay, this probably isn't gonna be good. And he informed us that we would not be leaving until Blake was delivered.
Initially, I was excited because I thought, oh, I'm gonna be a dad, not knowing all the complications that go along with having a baby at 26 weeks.
And he was born 1 pound, 7 ounces and 12 3/4 foot long. Blake ended up having surgery the day after he was born because his esophagus wasn't connected to his stomach. They took me over there in a wheelchair and got to see him. Kind of a shock when you see all the wires and breathing tubes and everything. Oh, I didn't get to hold him for over a week. Yeah, that was a hard part. You could stick your hand in there. That was about it. So then we ended up staying at St. Mary's in Rochester for 89 days.
I would leave like Sunday nights, drive home, work, take Thursday, Friday off, come back, or try to make long weekends as much as I could just to be there.
So I stayed at the Ron McDonald House, and yeah, I got used to that.
We didn't know anything else, so I mean, to me, having a baby, period, was just wonderful, and the whole experience of it. Come to find out later that we had a lot of work to do and didn't realize it at the time. He had just a feeding tube in the hospital. I think it was a NG tube. Then when he was 2 kilos, they did the surgery to fix some of the acid reflux issues that he was having, and then they placed the G tube at that time for us to go home. We were doing a feeding at night, and Blake kind of just stopped. He acted kind of weird, and then he kind of stopped breathing, and he started turning odd colors. First, I think he turned blue, and then it was gray. And
called 911. Curtis gave him CPR, and luckily he came back before they even got there. And we ended up coming to La Crosse and going to Gunderson. And that's when we met Dr. Uko, the most amazing man in our life. And he told us he had acid reflux, put him on a medicine, and that seemed to work wonders. Now he's still on a feeding tube. We've been doing multiple therapy to try to get him to eat, and nothing's worked. I did a little research on my own. I was like, a normal 2-year-old isn't on formula. Why should my kid be any different?
And working with the teams here, and they decided to go with this Vitamix blender. And they're pretty expensive. So me thinking, man, I can buy a lot of blenders for what a Vitamix blender costs. And they said, well, let's look into Children's Miracle Network. Maybe they can help, And that's when they stepped up and helped us out with a huge portion of that blender.
Oh yeah, Vitamix, yeah, there's no comparison to Vitamix. It blends it up so fine. You can literally blend up anything and turn it into a liquid. The food goes in a bag that's connected to a pump, and then just slowly pumps it in. He knows he's got his own seat on the couch, goes and sits down when he knows it's time to eat. Yeah, and then I know he's getting good stuff, and he doesn't know what it tastes like. He's the healthiest 4-year-old you'll probably ever meet, because I'm so picky about what I give him. It's nice that way. That's a one positive. Healthy kid.
His brain development, I think, is just exceeded with being able to give him real healthy foods.
Yeah, everyone's like, I don't know how you do it. It's our normal. We're oblivious to, I don't know how to feed a normal kid. This is our normal. It's our life. Like for us, we had no clue about Children's Miracle Network. And for someone to say, we're gonna help you, was just like, holy cow. So yeah, it's awesome to see how many people wanna donate and give back, and it's amazing because there's a lot of kids that need it.
You don't even realize how much either a small donation or a huge donation can change the lives of people like us and and people that just really need help. And so by donating to CMN, you can help people in millions of different ways.
Thank you.